from KSAT-12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us. It is July 19th. The big news this morning is that global internet outage affecting lots of PCs this morning. We were impacted here at KSAT, but we are working around it, Justin. And the big picture is the rain. We got a good amount of rain yesterday, Justin. Are we going to see the same today, or is that we have higher chances throughout the weekend and maybe later in the week?
It's going to be next week, I think, Sarah, where we really benefit from the rainfall. Now, we did get some yesterday, as you pointed out, and we've got some more chances, small chances today. I want to show you the radar right now. We actually have activity out there as we speak. A little bit of a data lapse there. This is the kind of issue everyone's dealing with this morning, but we do have the latest image here right at the end. So we've got some showers and storms right along Interstate 10 between San Antonio and Houston. Nothing here right now, and I don't expect that we're going to see much this morning. But you look at the rainfall totals from yesterday. They weren't huge, but they were good. Places like Fredericksburg, over an inch. San Marcos was the big winner yesterday, 2.65. Officially 0.07 of an inch at the airport. Randolph picked up about ½ an inch there. So there was some rain. And as we look at Futurecast, it shows that we may see a few more showers and storms as we head into the afternoon today. And I think it's generally going to be south of Interstate 10, south of Highway 90, where we see some of this activity. But San Antonio will have about a 20% chance of rain. And then as we head into tonight, a lot of that will die down. And the weekend, as far as that is concerned, Saturday looks kind of quiet, and then we'll see rain chances start to ramp back up by Sunday. Let's get you through today, though. First, 96 for a high. There is a 20% chance of rain by the afternoon, partly cloudy, and yes, fairly warm. We'll get into those rain chances for next week coming up in just a bit, but we got to check in on traffic now and see how things are going out on the roads.
Yeah, let's take a look outside with TransGuide. That's Loop 1604, and we missed it, 410 in New Braunfels. Slow start at 5 a.m. this morning. Not really seeing too many people out on the roads, but who is out on the roads is Alex Gomez. Alex, are you seeing anything?
No, not right now, Sarah. This is going to be the northwest side. This is going to be I-10 westbound at Days of Valor Road. Right now, we are starting the commute on the good foot or the right wheel. This is going to be a very slow start. So I'm going to head on over to the northeast side to see if there's any construction zones that are still working right now. I'm going to come down 35 South and see how those delays are looking, Sarah.
Alex, thank you so much. Okay, new this morning, we mentioned it earlier, a widespread Microsoft outage is disrupting flights, banks, media outlets, and companies around the world. KSAT's Devin Karp joins us now, looking into how all this started. Devin, I opened my phone this morning as soon as my alarm went off, and I saw that email from our corporation talking about this outages. I was like, oh my gosh, how is it going to impact our workflow?
Yeah, well, this is a big deal. It's not even just us. This is happening all over the world. Escalating disruptions have continued hours after Microsoft said it was gradually fixing that issue. It's affecting Microsoft 365 apps and other services, including Windows. The website Down Detector, which tracks user-reported internet outages, also recorded growing outages at airlines, including American Airlines and Delta, and in services at Visa, ADT Security, and Amazon. The FAA says Airlines United, American, Delta, and Allegiant have all been grounded. However, according to the San Antonio International Airport's website, very few flights have been disrupted so far. Here, only a few things are showing up as delayed or canceled. News outlets worldwide have reported that telecommunication providers, banks, and media broadcasters have been disrupted as they lost access to computer systems. Even us at KSAT, like what Sarah was saying, have been affected. However, thankfully, our engineers have figured out how to keep our services up and running for you. A user on X posted a screenshot of an alert from cybersecurity company Crowdstrike, saying that the company was aware of reports of crashes on Windows hosts. Crowdstrike has not yet responded to requests for comment. Sarah?
Devin, we're going to stay on top of this throughout the morning. Thank you so much. Now to developing story this morning. San Antonio police have arrested a fourth and final suspect for 2023 murder of 2 men. So that suspect is Austin Hartnett. SAPD arrested him at a southeast apartment complex yesterday. Earlier this week, SAPD arrested a man named Michael Trevino for the same murder. 2 additional men connected to this incident were arrested previously on separate federal charges. All 4 of them are charged with capital murder and tampering with evidence. SAPD is no longer looking for additional suspects, but the investigation is still ongoing.
With faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for President of the United States. Tonight I ask for your partnership, for your support, and I am humbly asking for your vote. I want your vote. Gonna make our country great again.
All eyes were on this last night. Donald Trump, former president, is now officially the Republican Party's nominee for president. On the final night of the Republican National Convention, he described how he narrowly survived an attempt on his life, telling the audience in his first speech since the attack that he was only there, quote, by the grace of Almighty God. Then he pivoted back to his criticisms of the Biden administration and described what he called an invasion of migrants over the southern border.
Republican platform promises to launch the largest deportation operation in the history of our country.
So while the Republican nomination is now solidified, attention now turns to the Democrats. People familiar with the conversations tell ABC News that former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has privately told some House Democrats that she believes President Biden is more receptive to hearing calls for him to step aside, and those conversations could push him to make a decision soon. Meanwhile, a top White House communications official calls a report of Biden planning to withdraw fan fiction. So meanwhile, there's growing concern among high-profile Democrats that President Joe Biden may not be able to keep his job. The Associated Press says sources close to the situation have indicated Nancy Pelosi and former President Barack Obama are talking behind closed doors about the idea of pushing Biden to step aside. We spoke about this with Professor John Taylor. He's a political science and geographic department chair at UTSA. He says the pressure is building and the chances of Biden winning the race are dwindling.
He probably should do the right thing and decide to step down, decide to step away from this, to give the Democrats a chance.
So the calls for President Biden to drop out of the race picked up after his performance in last month's presidential debate. But since then, he has insisted publicly and privately that he isn't dropping out. So if you have an election-related question between now and November, we have the answers and so much more on our Vote 2024 webpage. Take out your phone, scan this QR code you see right there on your screen. It's going to take you straight to the KSAT Vote 2024 page. Well, today marks 1 year since 12 migrants were found in a tractor trailer off I-35 near Von Army. They were huddled together in the back of a stolen 18-wheeler in South Bexar County on July 19th of 2023. EMS crews at the scene said the 2 women and 10 men were okay, and the Bexar County Sheriff's Office detained the driver that night. This is just one of the story of suspected human smuggling, and nonprofits like the Refugee and Immigrant Center for Education and Legal Services warn that more incidents could still happen.
Our border policies aren't going to stop people from coming and seeking safety. Folks will get to that point of desperation where they're going to take more and more risks.
It's been 1 month since President Joe Biden dropped an executive order limiting asylum seekers. Data from U.S. Customs and Border Protection shows arrest for illegally crossing the border from Mexico has dropped by 29% in June. In Israel overnight, a large explosion rumbled through the streets of central Tel Aviv, raining down shards of shrapnel and injuring at least 10 people while leaving 1 dead. Israel's military said that they were reviewing the explosion and increasing air patrols after the incident. Yemen's Houthis have repeatedly launched drones and missiles toward Israel throughout the 9-month war in sympathy with Hamas, but until Friday, all were intercepted by either Israel or Western allies with forces stationed in the region. It's 5:09 and 80 degrees. Just ahead, Google officially revealing the Pixel 9 Pro smartphone. A cruise nightmare. Up next, how a family's vacation took a turn for the worst when they were left behind. Oh no. A lot of people on vacation, I know. That's why Justin and I holding down the fort here on GMSA throughout the morning. Justin, very, very busy. He is breaking down all of the rain chances that we are anticipating throughout the weekend. He's going to let us know about that when we come back.